Selling a home involves massive financial stakes, but the decision to buy almost always comes down to a gut feeling, and buyers typically make that judgment within the first 90 seconds of walking in the door. When a property doesn't attract immediate interest, sellers often rely on a single tactic to solve the problem. They lower the asking price. But cutting the price on an uninspiring vacant house doesn't make it look any more inviting. It simply recategorizes it as a cheaper, uninspiring vacant house. You cannot build financial leverage at the negotiating table until you have successfully created an emotional connection with the buyer. This chart illustrates a real estate listing's momentum. Notice the peak at the 7-day mark. That first week is your absolute best window for strong offers. Professional staging, highlighted by this green area, artificially sustains that peak interest, extending your window of opportunity for weeks. Missing that initial surge forces you to negotiate from a defensive posture. A high-impact launch from day one is essential to keeping the upper hand in the transaction. Eliminating buyer friction requires the trinity of a successful sale: pricing, condition, and presentation. Pricing and repairs are baselines, but homes struggle without presentation. That third pillar aligns the listing. Hitting all three pushes a property into the center, maximizing your return and speed. This seesaw model illustrates a buyer's internal logic. In poorly presented homes, buyers focus entirely on the asking price, becoming highly cautious and looking for reasons to negotiate downward. Staging introduces heavy psychological weight to the right side, instantly shooting the perceived value up. The dynamic of the conversation flips. The buyer stops looking for a discount and starts figuring out what it will take to secure the property before someone else does. This maps the modern buyer's journey. Since 90% of searches start online, moving from a scroll to a click is your first showing. That click must drive buyers through the door, converting that in-person excitement into a binding signature. Staging provides camera-ready scale, giving rooms warmth and sightlines the camera loves. In person, it replaces empty space with storytelling, letting buyers stop calculating and start dreaming. It also creates curated focus, drawing the eye to the best features and away from flaws. Instead of sitting empty, the staged environment acts as a silent salesperson, actively guiding the buyer's experience from the first swipe on their phone all the way to the closing table. This slide breaks down the hard financial data. Staging is consistently one of the highest ROI investments in the selling process. The numbers prove it is a tool for capital growth rather than a simple expense. On average, homes prepared with this strategy sell 73% faster than their non-staged competitors. Beyond just speed, the direct financial yield is substantial, driving an average return of 5 to 15% over the asking price. In practical terms, that means eliminating months of expensive mortgage carrying costs, avoiding the disruption of endless open houses, and bypassing the anxiety of a stagnant listing. Hiring a professional means investing in a comprehensive presentation strategy. This ensures every piece of inventory and every styling decision is calculated to support the sale, and the approach scales exactly to the property's specific needs. Whether you have a vacant home requiring a complete overhaul or an occupied space that simply needs editorial polish using your existing pieces, there is a tailored solution. The entire timeline is completely frictionless. It moves sequentially from an initial 1-hour walkthrough straight into a detailed room-by-room plan and culminates in a targeted, photo-ready installation on stage day. Every home tells a story, and a flawless presentation ensures the buyer easily sees themselves inside it. Position your property for the staging boost by connecting with Bill Andriakis to schedule your initial walkthrough today.